Welcome and thanks for listening to Four Things to Know, an open line podcast produced by the City of Auburn. Each week, we'll take a few minutes to walk you through events, street closures, and important dates you should know about as Auburn residents. So this is the public affairs team for the City of Auburn in Auburn, Alabama, coming back to you once again to talk about Four Things to Know coming up. So let's go on the table and say hello, starting with Cynthia.
Hello, I am Cynthia Williford Bean, the multimedia specialist.
I'm Allison Blankenship, the neighborhood specialist.
I'm David Norton, Director of Public Affairs.
And I am Nick Bowman, the public affairs specialist. So what you got this week, Cynthia?
So I just have a reminder about work that's going on South College Street. Just remember, everyone, if you're traveling in the area, College Street is reduced to 2 lanes between Miller and Reese Avenues, while crews work on the mid-block crossing and medians as part of our improvements project in the area. So currently, lane shifts are shifting traffic to the 2 southbound lanes starting June 19th, which may be later because the rain is happening this week and things might get pushed back. Two-way traffic is going to be shifted into the northbound lanes, and then starting in July, traffic is going to be shifted into the 2 outside lanes. So all of that to say, 2 traffic lanes will remain open throughout all of this, so traffic will be able to continue flowing in both directions, but just be careful. It may be different every time that you pass through it, basically. But that means that this project is nearing completion, which is really exciting, and it's going to be gorgeous after it's all done.
So just follow the cones.
Yes, follow the cones and signs.
Yep.
Don't hit anyone, please.
Yeah, please, especially in this rain. Well, I was just going to mention to everybody that the Martin Luther King Drive Streetscape Project began at the beginning of this week. This has been a long time coming. It's been planned for a couple years now, so it's exciting to see it get going. It includes installing a new water line, a 10-foot multi-use path, a right turn lane onto North Donahue, landscaping and lighting. It will include the stretch of MLK between North Donahue and Shug Jordan Parkway, and work is expected to last until February 24. If you drive in this area frequently, just be aware that intermittent lane closures are expected during this project, and we will be releasing more information as we have more details about those. So if you're not signed up for our e-notifier traffic alerts, now would be a good time to do that. And you can go to auburnalabama.org/e-notifier to subscribe to that. But traffic control measures will be in place, and just please be careful when you're driving in the area. So we ask that you just pardon our progress as work continues to make these improvements. You can keep up with the project at auburnalabama.org/CIP, and we can put these links in the show notes per usual. But that is our page for our capital improvement projects, where you can go and check the status. So you can find this one and learn more about it and kind of keep up with it.
And there are moments when that traffic information, that traffic e-notifier is pretty immediately, because last week there was an accident, I think at the corner of East University Drive and South College Street, and we pretty quickly put out a press release to be careful around that intersection, and I think it took them maybe 20 minutes, half an hour to clear everything, and then we put out an update. So sometimes we need to be very quick and immediate with that list. Just
comes in handy.
Yeah. So just last week, the Indian Pines Park Authority unveiled a new name and logo for the former Indian Pines Golf Course. That course has been closed for renovations for the past few months. I said that weird. And they plan to reopen in November with a brand new name. They will reopen as Pines Crossing. Cynthia, would you like to talk about that name? Why it's called that?
So we got together with the city of Opelika and the folks from Indian Pines a few months ago now. We've been talking about this for a while to try and come up with just a fresh name that really reflects the history of the golf course along with its exciting new future, because I think it's been Indian Pines since the 70s or something like that. And so Pines Crossing kind of came about as a way to still reflect all the gorgeous pine trees that are out there, which I only went there for the first time last week. I'd never been out there, and there are huge pine trees on that property. It's really pretty. And crossing represents the the fact that it's on the line between Auburn and Opelika. It's also owned by the cities of Auburn and Opelika, and it's right on the railroad track. So that's kind of where the name came from.
Yeah, there's that kind of symbolic, in addition to geographic, that it is that partnership between the cities of Auburn and Opelika. And the whole renovation project, I guess in a way you might say it's a lemonade from lemons kind of thing, where the airport found out that they needed to do some work. I think safety zone maybe is the term. They needed to do some work to be in compliance with, I guess, federal standards, which affected the golf course and their land. And so basically everybody involved got together and worked it out. And of course, not only the cities of Auburn and Opelika and the Indian Pines Park Authority, but the Auburn University itself and the airport, the Auburn Opelika Airport. So that was, again, an example of all of these organizations getting together and cooperating and coming up with something that I think for the golf course, I think they're really proud of the renovations and what their golf course will be moving forward. So it's
great when that happens.
Yeah. It's kind of a win all the way around. The park authority will actually keep the Indian Pines name. That's a legal name, and it has to do with financing and sort of their authority. But the Pines Crossing Golf Course will reopen or open anew in November. If you drive by on the other side of the train tracks on East University near Opelika Road, you can see the heavy machinery. You can see the dirt moving and the work that they're doing. So they're hard at work to open Pines Crossing soon.
Yeah, and they just started laying sod yesterday.
Okay.
Yes, yesterday. If you follow them on social media, Fred, their general manager, handles all of that, and he's been posting videos of them laying down the sod, and it's amazing how much it just suddenly looks like a golf course. Pieces of it. It's going to take a long time. But he did mention, one thing I wanted to add was, I've had several people ask me, is it still going to be 18 holes? Because they're actually losing I guess, square footage of the actual layout of the property. And it is. He said that he's gotten a lot of inquiries about it changing to 12 holes, but it is not. It will still be an 18-hole golf course.
And the skate park right there at or near Indian Pines will be unaffected, so that's still there as well.
Yeah.
Sounds great. So looking forward to next week. Most facilities are going to be closed Monday, June 19th in observance of Juneteenth. Downtown parking is going to be free with the exception of the Wright Street parking deck. That'll still be $1 an hour, max $15 a day. Public safety services will remain on their regular schedules. Garbage, trash, and recycling pickup routes will be delayed by 1 day throughout the week. The Auburn Public Library is going to be closed on Monday. Book drops will remain open, and the online collection of ebooks, audiobooks, digital magazines are always available. Parks and Rec facilities are going to be closed with the exception of Sanford Pool and the Yarborough Tennis Center. Those facilities are going to be open during their regular hours, but there will be no city tennis clinics. All City of Auburn parks, playgrounds, and cemeteries will be open from sunrise to sunset. Anybody got anything else?
And I'm a Monday trash pickup, so I just have to remember to be a day late.
Leave it out there.
Yep.
Yeah, or leave it out there.
Yeah, I often forget, and then it just sits there for a day, which works out.
That is just fine. Okay, well, thanks everybody for listening. If you are listening to this, hopefully you have stayed dry and safe. We're going to have some weather in the next 24 hours, I guess. So anyway.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Yes, it'll be on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Father's Day. Good save, Allison. Thanks for listening to 4 Things to Know, an open line podcast produced by the City of Auburn. If you're looking for more news, events, and dates to know about coming up in Auburn, visit news.auburnalabama.org. You can also check out our show notes for the links and URLs discussed in this episode.